coming in. I can see Kimani is saying, I'm tuned in from Ruai, I'm watching. I can also see Dan from Githurai is watching. I can see here also Agasin is watching. I can see Patrick is there, is saying, please tell us the Manchester United transfer news. I'll be updating you shortly. Also here I can see we have Kevin from Githurai. It is like Mbogia Githurai leo imeamua kutuma messages. Here I will be giving you the transfer updates. Of course, as we start, Ajax are playing today and they are already winning 5-1 in the first half. This is the club friendly games, and these friendly games usually come in mid-season. This is where the clubs are already preparing for the new season, and they may be playing these games to gain more experience, maybe that fatigue, because they are rested for a long time, to remove that fatigue and come back to normalcy, whereby they are able to compete at the highest level. And it is only 41 days remaining before the EPL starts, because it starts on 16th, that is August, and it starts with Liverpool playing Arsenal, not Arsenal. Manchester United will be playing Arsenal in their opening game. That will be the first big game of the weekend. That is the biggest game of that weekend. So it is only 41 days to that day, and people are waiting. But as Pana, Ajax are leading Ibanian 5-0. Ibanian have been beaten 5-0. That is halftime now, because the game started at 2 p.m. and now it's 2:49. So 2:49, it means already 45 minutes have elapsed and it is halftime. That is 5-1 Ajax against Ibanian. Then Leicester City is only in the 16th minute and it is 0-0 versus Peterborough United. Peterborough United plays in the English second division, that is second Primera division, that is Peterborough United 0-0 versus Leicester City. Leicester City was just relegated to the championship the other time because they were in the Premier League and they finished 19th, only some points above Southampton, who finished 20th. Of course, USG versus PSV Eindhoven, it is still 0-0, that is the 15th minute. So let's look at the Club World Cup quarterfinal games that will be played today. We look at the possible lineups and we look at the squad arrangements. Let's start with PSG versus Bayern. PSG will be playing today at 7 p.m. versus Bayern. So let's look at the side of PSG. PSG, of course, will start with Donnarumma in their goal. They will also have Hakimi, the Moroccan, is also a very bright guy, because the other time his wife wanted to take away almost half of his property, but he told the court that he had nothing in his accounts, because he usually saves in his mother's account. And he is one of the brightest men. He needs to sit in the front seat of the men's conference, because he did something good, because the lady wanted to take away half of Hakimi's the hard-earned money, whereby he plays football every weekend. He plays for PSG. He makes money, but the lady wanted to take it, almost half of it. Marquinhos will be there in the center-back position. And then, of course, we have Pacho. Pacho will be there pairing with Marquinhos in the center-back position. On the left-back, we have Nuno Mendes. Mendes is just good center-back. Not center-back, left-back. In the midfield, we have Joao Neves and Vitinha will be there. Of course, Neves was there in Diogo Jota's burial, and I think he'll be there. We have Fabian Ruiz and Vitinha will be there in the midfield. Of course, Desire Dowe and Dembele together with Vicha Varashelia will start as the main strikers. On the side of Bayern, we are expecting to have Manuel Neuer in goal. Then at left back, we have Stanisic. And then Jonathan Tah will be in the center back pairing with Upamecano. Not forgetting on the right back, we'll be having Lema. In the midfield, we will see Goretzka, and then Joshua Kimmich. And then also we have Gnabry and then Musiala together with Olise, and they will be there as wingers, Gnabry and Olise. Of course, Harry Kane will be the main striker. On this other side, PSG have only one injury, that is Mukiele, will not be there, while Bayern Munich have up to 3 injuries, that is Alphonse Davies, we have Buchmann, then we have Ito. These 3 will be out. As we look at their lineup, Bayern will play with the lineup of 4-2-3-1. That is 4 defenders, 2 holding midfielders, and then we have Musiala as the creative midfielder. Of course, we have Olise and Gnabry as right and left wingers respectively, and Harry Kane, the England captain, will be the main striker. In this game will be hard because it is a big game that combines 2 teams from different nations. PSG is from France, while Bayern is from Germany, and these 2 teams will be battling to see who is the best and who is going to the semi-finals to play there. So I will say, in my side, PSG has been so good, and I wish them to win today because they are looking the team that will win today. If you follow their result, last time they beat Atletico Madrid 4-1, and the other time they beat Inter Miami 4-0. I will say PSG, they will score. They make sure that they are the first to score, and they score. When they score, they just maintain, and they make sure that they are trying to win something. The last time they were playing against Inter Miami, they won. Seattle, they beat them 2-0. Botafogo, they managed to beat PSG the other time. But before that, PSG beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. And before that, in the Champions League, they had already beaten Inter Milan 5-0. Remember, this is one of the shocking results of PSG. It is like they have become a disciplinary committee more than a footballing team. It is a disciplinary committee because beating Inter Milan 5-0, that shows that this team is more than serious. And then later on today at 11 p.m. in the night, we will be having the Spanish giants, that is Real Madrid. They will be facing Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund is from Germany again, and when we look at the possible lineups on the side of the home team, which is Real Madrid, Courtois will be in goal. Of course, Rudiger together with Tchouaméni and Dean Huijsen. Dean Huijsen just signed from the EPL side, that is Bournemouth, if I'm not wrong, and he joined Real Madrid. And this boy has good passing ability as compared to other defenders. And then in the midfield, we have Trent Alexander-Arnold. Of course, he will be dropping to the defense line and also climbing to the midfield. We have Jude Bellingham as the creative midfielder. And then we have Fede Valverde there, not forgetting Adagula and Eric Garcia, who will be just there on the wing. And then we will have 2 main strikers who we expect goals from them. Will be Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe will be back again after some injury. He had some injuries. And Vinicius Jr. has been there and will play again today. On the side of this team, Borussia Dortmund, we have Gregor Kobel. This is their goalkeeper. And then also we have Anton will be there as the main holding defender. He will be in the center of the field. We have this other boy called Niklas Süle will be there on the right side. Then we have Remy Bensebaini will be there. Then we have this boy called Daniel Svensson will be there in the midfield, not forgetting Marcel Sabitzer. We also have Felix Mecha, yes, a name like mine. We also have Pascal Gross. Pascal Gross just signed from Brighton. Then we also have Julian Rianson will be there. Not forgetting Karim Adeyemi and Seru Girassi. Seru Girassi was just from Bayer Leverkusen and is here to play his game. The coach for not PSG, for Real Madrid is Xabi Alonso, while the coach for Borussia Dortmund is Niko Kovac. And this Niko Kovac has a good history, but let's see what he will do against Xabi Alonso. Today, on the injuries and suspension on the side of Real Madrid, we will have Enrique will be out, and Alaba also will be out. Ferland Mendy will be out, not forgetting Camavinga. On the other side, of course, of injuries and suspensions, we have Job Bellingham. Job Bellingham is the brother to Jude Bellingham, and I really hoped if they could have played together, but they never played together because Job Bellingham was suspended due to accommodation of many yellow cards. And then we have Ozcan will be also out. Then Khan will be out, not forgetting Slaughterback will be out. Chukwemeka also, this is from Chelsea. He will be out of this game today. My prediction is that I bet on Real Madrid. Real Madrid, they are looking likely to reach the final with either the like of PSG or other team, but Real Madrid will be looking to enter the final. If they win here and they play against Bayern or PSG, I think it will be also another exam to them, but if they pass there, they will be going to the next round. That is the finals. Now on to the transfer news. That's where many people are interested, and I'll not relent to give you the transfer news. Let's start with the mighty Manchester United. Starting with their deal with Brentford to sign Mbeumo, is that the deal did not go through because Brentford are asking for £63 million, but Manchester United are stuck at 62 million point. Only £1 million is separating the deal to happen, and maybe they are going to reach the deal at the end of this week. So another news is that Manchester United has released up to 4 players. That is the first team players. That is Alejandro Garnacho. We have Tyrell Malacia. We have Rashford. These 3 players are the first team players that are supposed to leave Manchester United. They have been given extra time to rest because they are looking for new opportunities. The Manchester United squad resumed normal training that was on Thursday, but due to the death of Diogo Jota, they resumed it on Friday, and the coach, that is Ruben Amorim, told these players that we do not need you back at this point because you are looking or you are exploring other options to leave Manchester United, and maybe you can take some time off, and if you have to report in the late days of this month because you are looking for other options. These players don't want to play Manchester United, and Rashford has been so clear he wants to join Barcelona, but Barcelona are looking at other targets. They are looking at Luis Diaz of Liverpool. If they can't find Luis Diaz of Liverpool, they are going to sign Marcus Rashford, because the other time we had this Spanish team, Athletic Club, not accepting their player Nico Williams to transfer to Barcelona. Instead, he renewed his contract for 10 years. This is 2025. Nico Williams has signed a contract at Athletic Club until 2035. So If they failed to sign Nico Williams, they were going for Luis Diaz, not David Luiz, for Luis Diaz from Liverpool. But Liverpool are also reluctant to sell the player, so it means they have to look for a third alternative, which is Marcus Rashford. That is the transfer for Manchester United. Also, Manchester United have signed a youngster from Correo Porteño, that is from Argentina, and I think the youngster will be helping them. Moving to other Manchester United news is that Manchester United at some point were looking to sign Victor Gyökeres, but their time to sign him is that it has elapsed, and Victor Gyökeres is preferring to join Arsenal. And up to there, I think Manchester United transfer news, those are the rumors that I'm hearing about Manchester United. Also, Manchester United, they have been given a free chance, so a player who doesn't want to play for Manchester United could be leaving this summer. Let's let's talk about Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool, their transfer decisions have been put on halt because of their death of one of them, that is Diogo Jota. And I think they will have to replace him because he was the striker there together with Darwin Núñez. And Darwin Núñez has been low sometimes because he wastes some chances in the English Premier League. And I think Liverpool will have to look for another lethal striker from the other leagues. So let's watch how Liverpool will evolve in this market. But Liverpool had already signed Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. That is a good left back. They had signed Jeremy Frimpong, replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold, who joined Real Madrid. They had also signed Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for over 150 million euros. That is the transfer news for Liverpool. Moving on to Arsenal is that Arsenal have already signed up to 3 players. That is Arrizabalaga Kepa from Chelsea, who signed for £5 million. Then we have another one, that is Martin Zubimendi. Martin Zubimendi signed from Real Sociedad in 51 million euros, whereby they had to pay his release clause, which was 60 million euros. When you convert to pounds, it is 51 million pounds. They had to pay that, and Martin Zubimendi is now considered as an Arsenal player. Then in another news is that they are also signed Christian Norgard from Brentford. He was their captain. He's 31 years old, and they signed him for 11 million euros. That is the cheapest price, because Tottenham had asked about the players the previous summer, that is the summer of 2024, but they urged them that we want 50 million euros for us to release Christian Norgard. But Arsenal have acquired the services of the player this season in a 11 million euro deal. So that is all about Arsenal, and they are looking to sign one of the strikers, that is RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, or they may go for Victor Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon. But up to now, they are prioritizing getting the chances to sign Sporting Lisbon star, that is Victor Gyökeres. And Victor Gyökeres has been so good, scoring 53 goals and 15 assists in all competitions that the player has been involved. So they have set a 2-week deadline for them to sign him before they play against, I think, Inter Milan in their first game of the friendly this season. So that is the news that I'm hearing. Also, at Arsenal, we are told that Rodrigo of Real Madrid, who is aged only 24 years, has become out of favor player at Real Madrid, and maybe he could be willing to join other team, and that other team is likely to be Arsenal, because Arsenal and Mikel Arteta are the admirers of the Brazilian player, and he may look to join Arsenal any of these days because he is out of a project at Real Madrid. Remember, Real Madrid bought Mastantuono from River Plate, and that player is looking to replace Rodrigo at Real Madrid. Rodrigo is just a good player, and if he joins Arsenal, who are looking for a winger, he may be a good addition. Arsenal are also looking to sign Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace. The player has just been good, and he has been scoring many goals to help Crystal Palace maybe remain in the Premier League, and he is one of the stars that is being considered at Arsenal. Another transfer rumor about Arsenal is that Gabriel Martinelli is being wanted by one of the sides from Saudi Arabia, that is Al Hilal, and Al Hilal have offered 70 million pounds to sign Gabriel Martinelli, but Arsenal are still reluctant to sell the player. But if one of the wingers arrives, it seems one of Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli could leave Arsenal because of the squad bloat. And that is the transfer news for Arsenal. Let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea have completed the signing of two players, key players, that is Joao Pedro from Brighton, and we also have Jamie Gittens from Borussia Dortmund. Joao Pedro signed in a 60 million pound deal, and he already played this game yesterday. The highlights that we already seen, Joao Pedro was the main striker there. He tried to make some runs, and he seems to have joined the club in a serious game, and he is playing a really good football. Jamie Gittens was announced some days ago and is yet to play a game for Chelsea, and we are looking ahead for him to start playing good games. And I think those are the big transfer news across Europe. And up to that point, I would like to end our show. I've been yours, Felix Makona, bringing you the highlights, the updates, the transfer news, and every news that is happening across football. My sign language interpreter has been Tobias Omondi, and super thanks to my producer, that is George.